I think looking back at the role that the Berlin Wall played and the American understanding of Europe, of divided Europe, I would say that there was a certain simplistic approach to Europe on the part of the Americans at that time, and came very much to the fore when Reagan took office, that the evil empire and that communism pull down this wall, Mr. Gorbachev, and the kind of stuff that was said at the beginning of the 1980s, or into the 1980s as that unfolded. I saw Berlin very differently, and I remember being quite shocked actually by the very hardline right-wing attitudes that some took in West Germany, and that the more right-wing elements of American politics also took. It was a very simplistic view of Europe and of divided Germany and divided Berlin, which isn't to say it was wrong. Yes, divided Berlin and the awfulness of the East German regime and so on, that was all true. But there was much more going on in Berlin. And East Germany was a puppet state of the Soviet Union, but it was a state of 17 million people trying to get on with their daily lives and struggling with the kind of things that normal human beings struggle with. And I saw my role as a journalist as trying to reflect the reality of the society that I lived in. So my reporting was not just, I was not a warrior on the front line of the battle against the evil communist threat. I've no doubt that my reporting contributed to that battle in no small measure, especially with the BBC being heard in Eastern Europe. But it was my role as a journalist, and I'm passionate about what journalists should be doing. It was my role to do my best to reflect the reality of the circumstances in which I lived, and so that my readers with Reuters, my listeners with the BBC, could have a feeling, could have an experience of the lived reality, of the lived experience of East Germans and Berliners.